If you're walking along Park Avenue and 42nd Street in Midtown Manhattan, you can't miss it. Towering above the streets, Grand Central Terminal. Every day, over 750,000 people pass through this space, making it one of New York City's most visited landmarks, second only to Times Square. But beneath the bustling crowds lie secrets most visitors never notice. From a ceiling painted completely backward to a hidden hole left by a Cold War rocket. Whether it's your first time or part of your daily routine, you can't help but look up. Here are some of its most fascinating secrets. Secret number 1. The stars above. When Grand Central Terminal opened in 1913, its main concourse instantly became an iconic symbol, a vast space designed to impress anyone stepping inside. From soaring arches to intricate sculptures and carefully planned infrastructure, every detail was crafted with purpose, which blended functionality with artistry. Millions of visitors have passed through these halls, often unaware of the hidden secrets tucked above their heads and throughout the building. Secrets that reveal the terminal's genius in both design and engineering. Originally, the terminal's vast main concourse was planned to include skylights, letting sunlight pour into the space. By the time it opened in 1913, those plans had changed. The skylights were replaced with a celestial mural depicting constellations and other astronomical details, designed to awe visitors and showcase the grandeur of New York City. Tiny embedded lights twinkle like stars, demonstrating that the terminal's massive structure could be powered by electricity, a cutting-edge feature at the time. Grand Central was built in the Beaux-Arts style, a French-inspired approach known for its grand scale and symmetry. Reed and Stem designed the layout for the new terminal, while Warren and Wetmore, led by Whitney Warren, an American architect who studied in Paris and brought a distinctly Parisian sensibility to New York by crafting the elegant exterior and ornate classical details. Chief Engineer William J. Wilgus devised the electrification plan, making the terminal both a functional marvel and a work of art. To ensure accuracy, astronomers were consulted for the mural. However, the painters mistakenly executed it in reverse, as if seen from outside the celestial sphere rather than from Earth. Even after extensive 1990s renovations, this mirrored effect remained, now a beloved feature of the ceiling. The concourse and its mural were meant to impress every traveler stepping into the city, and they still do today. It's fascinating to note how the ceiling was designed to interact with the natural movement of light. In the mornings, sunlight filters gently through the eastern windows, illuminating certain constellations in subtle ways, giving the ceiling a dynamic quality that changes throughout the day. Visitors may not notice it consciously, but the effect makes the celestial ceiling feel alive, as if the stars themselves are twinkling in rhythm with the city below. Yet within this painted sky, subtle traces of Grand Central's industrial past linger, hinting at its layered history. Secret number 2. Historical marks. See that small black tile? It's not just a mark. It's a patch of tar and nicotine, intentionally preserved as a reminder of a time when indoor smoking was permitted and coal-powered trains filled the terminal with soot. Rather than restoring it completely, conservators chose to leave this section untouched, offering a direct glimpse into the terminal's early 20th century environment and the daily conditions commuters once experienced. Even in the station's daily hum, you can still sense echoes of the past. Original iron beams and some of the old signal equipment remain tucked away in upper levels and service corridors, showing how Grand Central evolved alongside technology. These relics aren't just functional. They are tangible links to the era when steam and early electrified trains transformed New York. The terminal's industrial roots go even further back. The site itself was once home to a train depot, built in 1871 by railroad magnate Cornelius Vanderbilt, who envisioned a hub connecting multiple train lines along 42nd Street. That early vision laid the foundation for what would become one of the most important transit centers in the world, shaping both the station and the city around it. There's another detail hidden in plain sight, often mistaken for part of the mural itself. Near the constellation Pisces is a small, almost unnoticeable hole. In 1957, a wire was anchored there to stabilize the display of an American Redstone rocket, temporarily installed inside the main concourse. The exhibit was meant to restore public confidence during the Cold War, following the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. The fact that these traces still exist today is no accident. By the 1970s, Grand Central faced the threat of demolition until Jacqueline Onassis and a group of preservationists stepped in to protect it. Today, she is honored with a plaque in the Onassis foyer, a lasting reminder of the effort to preserve not just the structure, but the stories embedded within it. From these remnants of history, the terminal's next set of secrets reveals how even its everyday spaces were designed with purpose and meaning. Secret number 3: symbols and culture. From the Onassis foyer and Vanderbilt Hall, Grand Central's lights and clocks quietly reflect both function and symbolism. The space is illuminated by acorn-shaped lamps, a tribute to the Vanderbilt family, whose emblem represented growth and strength. As their family motto goes, "From an acorn, a mighty oak shall grow," a fitting symbol woven throughout the terminal's design, seen not only in the lighting, but also in decorative ornaments and carvings that honor its original owners. Further inside, the iconic four-faced clock atop the main information booth serves as the terminal's most recognizable landmark. At the center of it, a staircase leads to the lower level, guiding the steady flow of commuters. When it comes to meeting someone inside Grand Central, there's no better spot than this, a central point that remains easy to find, even in the busiest crowds. Another cultural gem often overlooked is the subtle storytelling in the terminal's decorative motifs. Look closely at the chandeliers and moldings scattered throughout Vanderbilt Hall and other grand rooms. They depict allegories of commerce, travel, and knowledge, reflecting the aspirations of New York City in the early 20th century. It's as if every corner of Grand Central whispers a narrative about the city's ambition, inviting visitors to notice the artistry behind everyday movement. The terminal also houses a massive glass clock, often attributed to Tiffany. If true, it would be the largest Tiffany clock in the world, though the claim remains unconfirmed. While Grand Central credits the studio, no Tiffany signatures were found during restoration, and historical records from the time make little mention of the clock. The restoration itself was meticulous, requiring each piece to be removed individually through a narrow staircase, with some elements repaired or replaced. One hidden feature remains. The numeral 6 opens like a door, offering access to the clock's exterior and a rare view down Park Avenue. Beyond its timepieces, Grand Central was designed as a center of culture and refinement. One of its most luxurious spaces, the Campbell Apartment, which isn't actually an apartment, originally served as the private office of financier John W. Campbell. With its Roman-inspired coffered ceiling and ornate details, it was meant to impress. Today, it has been transformed into one of the city's finest bars, where visitors can sit back and enjoy a drink surrounded by history. The terminal's cultural role extended even further with the Grand Central Art Galleries and the Grand Central School of Art, which enrolled hundreds of students, including notable artists like John Singer Sargent. A newsreel theater, the Grand Central Theater, also operated from 1937 to the late 1960s. While the space is now a retail wine shop, some historical elements, like the ceiling, remain. Together, these spaces made Grand Central a hub not just of movement, but of creativity, education, and artistic expression. From culture and craftsmanship to everyday function, Grand Central's next secrets reveal how even its movement was designed with innovation in mind. Secret number 4: hidden innovations. Grand Central Terminal was not just built for beauty, it was engineered for efficiency and innovation. One of its most forward-thinking features was the use of ramps instead of traditional staircases. Unlike most stations of the era, these wide, gently sloping ramps allowed passengers to move seamlessly between levels without congestion. The term itself comes from ramparts, reflecting their strong, purposeful design, which set a new standard for how people navigate large urban transit spaces. The terminal also holds one of its most intriguing acoustic features, the Whispering Gallery. Located near the Oyster Bar, this marvel allows a whisper spoken in one corner to carry clearly to the opposite corner. The effect is largely due to the Guastavino tiles and the vaulted ceiling's precise curvature, which together create a natural amplification of sound. Few visitors notice it at first, but those who do are often delighted by this unexpected blend of physics and design. Guastavino tiles cover ceilings throughout Grand Central. This centuries-old Spanish technique allows the vaulted ceilings to soar without heavy supports, creating a lightweight, yet incredibly strong structure. At the same time, their warm tones and intricate patterns add subtle elegance, demonstrating how artistry and engineering are seamlessly intertwined across the terminal. The ingenuity of Grand Central extends beyond ramps and acoustics. For example, the terminal was designed with hidden service tunnels and passageways, allowing employees to move luggage and supplies without interfering with passenger flow. These back-of-house pathways demonstrate how efficiency was built into the very framework of the station, making it a marvel not just for visitors, but also for the people who worked tirelessly to keep the terminal running smoothly. And even in spaces designed for movement, Grand Central's ingenuity hints at even greater secrets waiting above and beyond the eye. Secret number 5: statues and monuments. While most visitors focus on the hustle and bustle of the concourse, Grand Central is also home to a gallery of artistic and symbolic details. Intricate carvings in reliefs and statues are scattered throughout the terminal, rewarding those who take a moment to look closely and revealing the thoughtfulness behind every design choice. Outside, the monumental Glory of Commerce sculpture group dominates the south facade. Weighing roughly 1,500 tons and carved from Indiana limestone, the same sturdy stone used for the Empire State Building. It depicts Mercury, Hercules, and Minerva, symbolizing commerce, strength, and wisdom, respectively. These mythic figures connect the terminal to New York's ambitions, echoing the grand vision seen in the celestial ceiling and elegant interior details. Inside, many of the smaller carvings and decorative touches have stories of their own, from the repeated acorn motifs in balustrades to the bas-reliefs of mythological figures in corridors. These details were intended to reinforce the grandeur of the station while celebrating progress and human achievement. Even if you don't stop to study each one, their presence adds layers of meaning to the spaces, turning a routine walk through the terminal into a small journey. Grand Central's artistic influence isn't limited to statues and carvings. It extends to the way the building interacts with its surroundings. The facades and roadways were all designed to create a sense of drama and anticipation for anyone approaching the terminal. Even streets and sightlines were carefully planned so that each view frames a sculpture or architectural feature, turning the approach to the station into part of the experience itself. Take, for example, the Park Avenue Viaduct, which was carefully planned to manage the flow of vehicles while framing views of the facade and sculptures. Every element, from interior carvings to exterior monuments and roads, reflects the same ingenuity and artistry that make Grand Central a masterpiece, a world unto itself, full of secrets waiting to be discovered. So next time you're in the terminal, take time to slow down and take everything in. Then hop on the next train with me to our next video and discover even more hidden wonders.